Welcome once again to another edition of Shelf Life Book Reviews Online. Thank you as always for taking the time to watch my videos. First, I have a little announcement for those in the London area. The new issue of Shelf Life, February-March 2023, will be available next week at select bookstores and different malls within the city and outside the city limits. It has over 50 book reviews. So if you're in London and area, have a look out. It's free. Pick it up, read it. I hope you enjoy it. End of shameless plug for Shelf Life. Now, to the book at hand. This time out, I'm reviewing Captive by Iris Johansen. This is published by Grand Central Publishing, and it retails for $35. The bottom of the book here says, an Eve Duncan novel. Well, that sort of is incorrect in many ways. If you happen to be reading the book and you sneeze or blink at certain times, you'll miss the fact that Eve Duncan's name is, I think, mentioned 2 or 3 times. So it's not really specifically an Eve Duncan novel. It does feature her adopted daughter, Jane MacGuire. She has been in several books in the past, and she is a very likable character. And as usual, there is something crazy going on, and Jane MacGuire's boyfriend, Seth Caleb, is running for his life. He is in a foreign country, and he's being stalked by a maniac called Hugh Bodan, and he is second in command to the evil, maniacal dictator, Niko Rozkar, who Seth Caleb killed in a previous book. So, Hugh Rodan is out for blood, out for revenge, and he wants to kill Seth Caleb, who is part of the M16, at any cost. So, as in typical superhero-like fashion, Seth Caleb manages to get away. He's outnumbered, he's outgunned, but he manages to escape the crazed Hugh Bodan, and that sets the wheels in motion for what will come. Now, Jane MacGuire is in the castle of Earl Macduff. It's called Macduff's Run, and Earl Macduff has been in previous books. So we know him. He's a very rich man. He has a huge castle. He has a huge army within the castle. So what happens is Hugh Bodan finds out that Jane MacGuire is a very close, intimate partner of Seth Caleb. So he decides he's going to get to Seth Caleb through Jane. So with a series of drones that suddenly attack the castle, it is under siege. A lot of M16 people within the castle are killed, and they do finally defeat the drone attack. But it is pretty evident Hugh Bodan is really, he will stop at nothing to gain revenge. So the book is most interesting because Jane MacGuire is, as I mentioned, a very likable character. And she can fend for herself. But she must be careful because, as we find out later in the book, she is pregnant. So she is not only trying to save her life, but of her unborn child, who is Seth Caleb's child as well. So as the book progresses, when we get to the final, I'd say about 100 pages, it really gets tense. Because in an old railway car, Jane MacGuire is under siege. And with Earl Macduff, and it appears that Hugh Bodan's forces are really, he's got a lot of people behind him. And they start attacking, and it's just like, will they get out alive? And but they call for the Navy to come in. Navy to the rescue. And it is really heart-stopping, a thrill-a-minute book for the last 100 pages. Because Iris Johansen really knows how to write a book. I think that goes without saying. She's written over 30, 40 books, especially in the Eve Duncan series, which is her most popular. And but this one is really tense. Even though it's without Eve Duncan, we don't really care because There's enough action going on that, like I said, Eve Duncan's name is mentioned twice, and so it's just like, yeah, she's not there. So if you're looking, you'll be captivated by Captive, let's put it that way. It is one of her best books, and it proves that Iris Johansen really is still got it in the literary world, and I think she'll be writing for a long, long time. And I'm sure in the next book, which will be an Eve Duncan book, we'll see a little bit more of Eve, because she's a fascinating character unto herself. So that is the book I wanted to recommend for you. Hopefully, if you're an Iris Johansen fan, even if you're not an Iris Johansen fan, once you read one of her books, you will definitely become a fan for life. So please let me know if you agree with my review, if you do purchase the book, and I really hope you will. So until we meet again, stay safe, stay sane, stay in touch, and I'll see you at the bookstore. Bye for now.